Let's examine two common approaches to project management and how to choose the right one for your projects. When each project management process group occurs one after another, it's known as traditional project management, or the Waterfall approach, because the processes flow from one to the next. Waterfall project management works well when the project goal and solution are clearly defined, and the scope and deliverables are clear-cut. Because you understand what needs to be done, you step through each process group once from start to finish. The more you know about the project, the better the waterfall approach works. Simple projects with very little uncertainty are great candidates because you know what needs to be done and how to handle issues that arise. With familiar technology, your team can be productive because they know the potential problems and how to work around them. If teams have worked on similar projects in the past, they can be more productive because they understand the work and know how to prevent or resolve common problems. With many projects today, you don't know what the solution looks like, so you have to figure it out as you go. This type of project requires a different approach. Agile project management goes through iterations, sometimes called sprints, to deliver partial yet production-quality solutions at regular intervals. With this approach, the customer gets value from the project sooner. In addition, the customer's feedback on what's been delivered so far can help improve the overall solution. The customer has to be more involved than in traditional projects. Project teams tend to be smaller, more experienced, and able to work without much supervision. During initiating and planning, you define the overall goal for the project and build a plan to achieve that goal. With Agile project management, you then develop detailed plans for each iteration. Executing is easier because you work on one iteration at a time, and small, independent teams of highly skilled people make it easier to get the work done. Another characteristic of Agile projects is that you monitor and control them more closely, and teams tend to communicate faster and more frequently. Finally, each iteration has its own closing process for accepting its specific deliverables. When the final iteration is accepted, you can close the entire project. You'll determine whether the traditional or Agile approach makes sense during project initiation, once you know whether or not your solution is clear.